Well, hello, everybody, and thanks for stopping by for this sneak peek into the American Philatelist. My name is Gary Loew. I'm editor-in-chief. Let me start off by talking about an article in this July issue that I had the most fun with. This is an article about the remote island of Tristan da Cunha, which is located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Back in 1937, the Reverend Harold Wild was a pastor and the postmaster on this island. And in 1937, he took some stamps from the King George V Silver Jubilee issue and had them overprinted with fake lettering so that he could use those as gifts for his friends. Many decades later, those became very collectible items. This article talks about not just these faked overprints, but the fact that recently forgeries of the overprints were discovered. So just imagine that. You got forgeries of fake stamps. I just love this hobby. That's so cool. I've been asked the question about what advice I have to writers who are hoping to write for the American Philatelist. The timing of this question is very interesting and very appropriate because recently, along with Deputy Editor Susanna Mills, we did a presentation for the summer seminar online with the topic, how to write philatelic articles that get published. I could spend hours, we did in fact spend an hour answering that question. What I'd recommend is that you, if you are interested in writing for the AP, go over to the APS's C3A platform, that's learning.stamps.org, and you should be able to find the recording that's available for free, available to anybody. You don't even have to be a member, and learn all about how to go about being a better author, a better philatelic author, and actually getting your philatelic articles published. If you are going to be at the Great American Stamp Show, I will be doing a presentation on this very subject. So you are really most welcome to stop by, visit, and listen to the presentation. I'll be glad to chat with you afterwards. The August AP that I just mentioned is the show issue for the Great American Stamp Show. So there's lots of show related content, but there is always in every issue an array of philatelic articles on a pretty wide variety of subject. For the August issue, we're looking at an article on collecting United States plate proofs that were done on cardstock rather than on paper. And it's a very interesting area that helps you collect in a time period where the stamps themselves are very expensive, but collecting the plate proofs, perhaps counterintuitively, is actually less expensive than the actual stamps. We've also got an article on forgeries from the state of Bergdorf, and the topic of forgeries is of interest to all of us, even if the particular collecting area isn't. And finally, there's a Canadian postcard that has a whole astronomy story connected to it, even though it's just a plain vanilla stamp that's stuck on the postcard. But it's a really interesting article about stamps and astronomy. There's also a book review. There's another installment of My Stamp Story, where one of our members tells us about her experience in getting into philately, and probably another half dozen features. So this is both an educational and a fun issue, and that's what we strive for pretty much every month.